crazy thing, because you only gotta get better one question a day. And if you come, we do 8 reviews, you get 8 questions better, everyone will get the grade they want.
Huh?
You're only gonna get better, like one question better a day. Like, you know, like, if today, going through everything you did for economics.
Hey students,
You're
it's beautiful
question
day
better
outside,
than
so
you were
unless you're
yesterday.
under the direct supervision
We
of
got
the
10
coach,
of them, 10 more days, you get 10 questions better, you'll get what you
we're
wanted on the
studying for all those
AP.
AP exams. Man, you need to head out of the building all the way out today. Can't linger anywhere in the front lobby, it's too warm. We'll see ya Monday.
Then you gotta do what Garcia did last year, she got 23 questions better.
And you'll still be better than what you would have
Right.
done before.
But
Why 23? Where did that number come from?
she had such a bad score, she had to get 23 credits, 23 questions better to get to where she wanted. All right, do we have this? Has everyone grabbed this? Perfectly elastic, so it should be like horizontal. Yeah, all of them. Because it's not normally, Matt, but it's telling you.
They're all gonna be straight lines.
Yeah. Because it's telling you that.
So you just.
Alright, the reason they do that sometimes is because they know, like, people like me are just saying the monopoly graph is gonna be, so then they wanna see how you could maneuver. Do you know what I mean? Do you really understand it? Or has someone like me told you to memorize the
You
monopoly?
have exactly 1 minute to arrive at room 228.
Alright, here's how it look. Perfectly elastic.
Hey.
Mr. Research,
Yeah.
do you usually just draw the ATC curve, right? Not the ATC and long run ATC?
Right. The reason they made it long run is because they asked an economies of scale question.
Okay. And why would that, what does that mean if it's elastic? Is that good for the company or not good?
Say that again?
So if it's all elastic, is that not very good?
No, doesn't matter.
Then how do you get your MC curve to be elastic? As a company.
Oh, it's just, all you have here is like, that the marginal cost for each additional unit is just the same. The costs are not going up, they're constant. All right, now, Kaylee, at this point, where is the profit maximizer of the monopoly? What quantity and what price?
4 and 40.
Is that true, Angelica? 4 and 40? Profit maximizer? You agree? And you're right. It's NC equals MR gives you 4 up to 40. Well done. Now, Matt, consumer surplus.
That would be from, it's like the triangle, it's from the MR, the ATC, and then up from the price. But it's like pointed out.
Like here? That triangle?
Yeah.
Now, what's the price?
The,
What's the price?
oh, so it would be above that. So.
So it's above, so it's between the 40, 60 and here, right? So that's consumer surplus. So if they asked you for the number, it'd be 1/2, 20, because that's the height, times the base of 4. Okay? Does that make sense, Ms. Lee? Ms. Lee, where's the highest marginal revenue? At what quantity? The highest total revenue, sorry. Highest total revenue occurs at what quantity?
Highest total.
Yeah. Matt, can you help her? Where's the highest total revenue?
Is that like up from where MR Texas?
Here?
Wait, no, that's usually the last.
But here is the highest total revenue, you're right.
Okay.
Up here, and you're also right, is unit elastic. Okay, highest total revenue, unit elastic. Angelica, this side is what? Elastic, inelastic, E before I, right? Elastic, then inelastic on the bottom.
Does the unit elastic point have to be above the ATC curve, or does it matter?
No, it's just,
Cause like on my graph, it ends up below.
no. Okay? So we're good then? Did you have a question?
Yeah, but it's about the price.
Okay.
Wouldn't that not make sense, because monopolies can produce at any point, which is elastic, but if they wouldn't produce under the ATC curve.
No, but I mean, if the ATC curve's up here and they're not making money, they're just not making money. Do you know what I mean? They don't have to make profit. They usually do, but they don't have to.
They could be losing.
Yeah,
Can you just go over the profit maximizer on the kinds of stuff?
the profit maximizer?
No, sorry, okay, at the
Oh, you're talking
profit
about-
economy, so I understand that.
Right.
Then are they experiencing economies of scale and how you know?
Oh, alright, it's, cause it's a straight line, it's constant. If it was economies of scale,
Is it that with the ATC curve?
right, if it's economies of scale, the long run ATC curve would be shifting down. If it's diseconomies of scale, it'd be going up. And that it's flat means it's constant. Those are the three phases. And that could only happen in the long run.
Okay, so the economies of scale constant and diseconomies.
Right.
So if it was a regular, if you drew an ATC curve with,
Yeah, like here, this is a regular one, right? Like a U shape.
right, if it was on the monopoly graph?
Alright, we're gonna have one in about 3 minutes and then you can ask a question about it, okay? Anything else about this one? Okay. Assume that gasoline is sold in a competitive market in which demand is relatively inelastic and supply is relatively elastic. Then try to answer that question.
Sorry, if you use your methods, can you explain why 57 is E?
Anyone have a feel for this? The answer?
I think it falls more on the buyers.
Kaylee, do you agree?
Yes.
Alright. Angelica, on the buyers?
No, I thought it was more on the seller.
If I'm inelastic and you raise price, will quantity change a little or a lot?
Just a little.
Okay. So, if the demand is inelastic, I could put the tax on them, because if price goes up, they'll only change a little. Okay? Where if the sellers, it's elastic, if I raise the price, it's gonna hurt them more. Alright? So, the tax burden will fall more on the buyers and less on the sellers. Right there. And only 22% of the country got that right, by the way.
I still don't understand. Mr. Russell.
Okay.
So,
I mean, I drew a graph,
so who are you taxing? Are you the government that's putting the tax on?
Okay.
Okay, so you can either put the tax on the producers or the consumers, right?
Right.
Okay. So,
Or, even if you put it on the producers, say it's an excise tax. If it's an elastic, if the demand for like insulin, which is elastic, they're gonna pass on most of it to the consumers. Because why? Because the quantity is gonna change very little. And then they could assume a little of the tax. But Kaylee, if demand is very elastic and they pass that on, total revenue is gonna go down a lot.
okay.
Okay?
And,
How do you draw the tax on the graph? I drew the graph to help me like see the elasticities, but I know there's,
I mean, if you just shift this, right?
what you use of shifts, what do you shift
So say, and I'm making this
generally?
perfect, right? So if you go here, I mean, like they're not inelastic. From here, that's the tax,
So the supply shifts left?
yeah. And that would be the tax in between. So the way you'd figure it out is if this costs $5 and now it's $7, so $2 went on the consumer, and if we said it was a $3 tax, then that would be $1 on the producers.
Yeah.
Okay? Good question. Anything else? Alright, next up. Assume the price of wheat and input for production of bagels increases. Will Teresa's demand for bagels increase, decrease, or not change? Give you another minute to look at that.
Who's Teresa?
She's the bagel producer.
Oh, she makes it not like.
Yeah,
Oh.
sorry, yeah.
but Teresa's not the consumer.
No, sorry. Assume that the price of wheat and input for production of bagels increases. Will Teresa, who makes the bagels, will the demand for bagels increase, decrease, or not change?
Don't tell myself that.
You know, I think we're gonna have a marathon next weekend, an economics marathon. We'll just stay the whole weekend. You know, like, no, we won't sleep, we'll just keep going over stuff. And maybe once in a while, we'll take a little cat nap. That would be fun. A little sleepover for the school.
Yeah, last night, that would be, that's fun.
Oh, no, there's more.
would say.
All right, Dan, I just got a supply and demand graph here. What should I do with this graph in this situation? This is the bagel industry.
Shift demand to the, well, shift supply to the left.
Okay, I'm shifting supply to the left. Excellently done, Dan. It's a change in resource. All right, that being what you did, how would you answer that?
So the demand will, I guess the demand will decrease. Well, the quantity demanded will decrease.
So will demand decrease?
No.
No. Okay, so you got it. There'll be no change. Why? Because it was a shift in supply, not demand, right?
Yeah.
Okay, well done. Well done. Okay, only 25% of the nation got that right. All right? Because what did people confuse? They confused, and you caught yourself. It's not quantity demanded, they said demand. Right? So it was no change. You okay, Kaylee?
Yes.
Okay. Kaylee, you think you could outlast me on a weekend? Do you think I could stand and teach more economics than you could sit and learn?
No.
You know, oh, we might have an economic face-off.
Seriously, let's go.
All right. Did you have a question?
Yes.
Go.
So supply shifts left because the price of input increases. So then it's going to cost more to supply the bagels. So therefore, her supply is going to decrease. And because the supply decreases, her quantity demanded decrease. But her demand only shifts. What would shift the demand?
Timing. Taste, income, market size, expectations related to.
Even for the producer, timer applies, not just the consumer.
This is the bagel industry, yeah. The supply curve is the producer's viewpoint, the demand curve is our viewpoint.
Timer was for demand.
So then-
or supply?
Demand.
So then it's always a trick question if you're asking from the consumer, or producer's
Yeah.
standpoint. Because producers can't shift demand.
Right. Okay. All right, draw a graph of a monopoly losing money. I think that's what you wanted before. I forgot what you were gonna ask, but if you remember that question. All right, did you have a question, Dan or Matt?
No.
You got this graph? Is that it?
Do you know what I mean? You forgot to take it out.
Do monopolies have an ABC?
We usually don't put it there because they're not usually losing money, but yeah, you could put an ABC.
So you only need it if they're losing money?
Because a lot of times we put it there in the ABC to either show it's in the short run, or are we wondering, should we shut down or stay in business?
Can't you do that with ATC?
No, because